name's JJ. I've been Joe's friend for, I'd have to say, over 12 years now. First time we met, we actually wanted to fight each other. And then 2 years later, well, we became acquaintances. We put up with each other. And then 2 years later, now we become the best of friends. It was funny. In early May, we play softball together. And Joe comes up to me, we're dropping his dog off, and he goes, Jay, I'd like you to be the best man in my way. I go, Joe, that's a privilege and an honor, sir, and I'd love to do that for you. And the original plan was not June 13th, but we're a little bit faster, so that's great, right? Now, I work with Kristen. We work at Edward Jones together. We started at the same time. She's a great girl. Love her to death. I mean, we have done the same thing for a long time. Now, for the last 6 months, I've really gotten, other than happy hours and work stuff. So, I came up with a few words to describe Kristen. First off, you look beautiful tonight. Secondly, like Jacqueline said, you got to be patient, especially with Joe, because we like to play softball. We like to end softball, sit up, have a few beers. Then the restroom's closed, and you got to go to the bathroom outside. You go to the girls. It's all good, right? She loves a laugh. I love her laugh. I mean, this isn't mean by any means, but you sound like the Wicked Witch of the West. And I think it's great. And I mean, lastly, she's extremely smart. I mean, I go to her with questions. I mean, she's got great thinking skills. I mean, just perfect employee, just intelligent. Who wouldn't have married this girl after 3 months? Now, she's not. Unfortunately, she grew up in Detroit, Michigan.
Let's go Blues!
And she's a Detroit Red Wings fan. Let's go Blues! Now let me tell you about my buddy Joe. Okay, it's a treat. Joe was born April 1st, 1983. That happens to be April Fool's Day. He's quite the joker. Look at these ridiculous shoes. If that's not April Fool's Day, I don't know. Before Kristen and Joe got together, you go into Joe's house, a gigantic pool table in his living room. Right when you walk in, it was beautiful, right? Not level, coasters, leveling it out. Don't plan for money on that table because it's like a putting green. Now, what I want to talk to you about with Joe, things he likes. Number one, Budweiser. And who doesn't, right? Number two, he loves his dog, and his name is Bud, which I think that comes from Budweiser. And he's a tall, lanky, drooling Great Dane. Looks just like me. Now we're going to go do some characteristics of Joe. He's just like me, very stubborn. Joe and I can argue all night long. Black and blue in the face. He'd be wrong, I'd be wrong. Doesn't matter. We think we're right. He's a leader. Joe is definitely a leader. I played ball with this guy for 10 years. He takes care of his friends. He takes care of the people working with him. He's a manager. Awesome. He's a hard worker. I mean, since I've known him, I think the guy used one sick day his whole life. Congratulations, guy. Good for that. Now I want to tell you guys how these guys met. Kristen and Joe met because of actually Zach and I. It just was coincidence. Zach used to work in my department, just like Kristen, and he became a financial advisor out there. He's doing a good job. And he happened to come up and visit all the employees back in January. And we just happened to be talking, and he picked me up because I crashed my car, actually, on Christmas Day. I totaled it. I didn't total it. Anyways. So we're going down the elevator, and Kristen goes, you know, I like you guys. We don't hang out enough. She goes, I'd really like to meet a nice boy in this town. I go, well, I don't know about it. I got a nice guy. I got a good guy. And she's like, well, what's he look like? I go, he's tall. Ooh, I love tall. All right.
Sold.
On down. So Redbirds we went. That's where we played pool on Monday nights. And yes, indeed. Redbirds is where it started. And I tell you what, guys, I mean, they hit it off. There's no doubt about it. Like I told you earlier, Joe asked me to be best man before they even got married. So, you know, I mean, they were planning this. They had accounts set up to save, and, you know, it's great. Off to the second page. So, in the beginning of June, Joe and Kristen planned a trip so Joe could meet the in-laws. And off to Michigan was the first stop, and Florida was the second stop. Joe calls me from Michigan. He goes, Jay, beautiful out here. Her parents are great, and they gave me 4-day-old Budweiser. So after 3 or 4 days in Michigan, a lovely stay and drink all their Budweiser, Joe moves to Florida to visit Jack. Thursday night, I get a phone call. It's about 11:45 at night. Joe says, hey, Jay, you and Tina grab some airplane tickets. I go, why? He goes, Chris and I are getting married. I go, buddy, you're drunk. Call me tomorrow. So Friday morning comes. I receive a text from Joe, and it's exactly like this. He goes, we're going to do it, man. I know it sounds crazy, but we really love each other, and I think it's right. I texted back, I wish I could be there. I'm glad and happy for both of you. Knowing Joe for 10 years, I still didn't think he was serious. Not until Dan Renson here in 2 Down calls me, Joe Powers getting married? That's what I hear. He goes, I go, where did you get that from? He goes, well, I was on Jenny's Facebook page. They're flying down to Florida. Well, I guess it's true. And then I said, at first, I sat down and I said, holy cow, what did I do? I don't want credit for this one, do I? And it wasn't until Kristen returned to work that following Wednesday, the first time back from vacation, wedding and all that good stuff, that I knew I did a good thing. She walked in my cube and she was glowing. She loved being married to my goofy buddy, and I was happy. So, now what I'm going to do to you now, is I've been married for 364 days. And that's a long time. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Whenever you get in an argument, Joe, you always get the last 2 words. And those 2 words are yes to. You'll be all right. So now I'd like to propose a toast to Joe and Kristen. I wish you lots of love, laughter, and to live happily ever after.
We got a new one. Taste it.
All right.